They said gray paved the way, changed the rain, released the pain, least you sane, getting paid, trend setting, brighter days, doper rap, tighter sets, high and deadly, I'm a fighter jet, journey.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Wednesday. Chef Muffins Martinez, like, subscribe, share, all that good shit. We're at 753, trying to get to 1K. So all the help that we can get to help us hit our milestone will be super appreciated. We previously did a live reaction show to the NXT, what was it, Underground?
NXT Deadline,
which was a damn good show where the women, to me, and Muffins Martinez, as we said, stole the show. Really great card. Every match was great. Two endings were like, but all in all, great pay-per-view. We really enjoyed doing it. So that was there. We did the live for MLW like a day or two. No, it was 2 days because one's on Saturday, one's on Thursday. Weird as shit.
Thursday MLW, and then Saturday was a Deadline.
There you go. Like I said, we had a lot of fun covering it. So I know how we kind of switched and transitioned into. He jumps in, starts bringing up some topics that we do not go over. So there's no itinerary, no nothing. I go in blind because he completely takes over. And listen, we talk all wrestling.
We both blind, that's why.
What we got?
Well, I wanted to say, about MLW, like you said, having the one shot with Eric Bischoff. Pretty good show. There was a couple of matches that were like, one match we thought was going to be the banger. It was not.
Yep.
One match we thought wasn't going to be a banger, and it turned out to be a banger.
Yep.
The biggest surprise was that Baba Yaga guy, or whatever his name is, almost 7 feet guy, who went up against Cruel, lost to Cruel in a pretty good match, and then he got the ultimatum. You either join us or you leave the ring in the body bag.
Yep, you either get down or lay down.
So he decided to join our Chef's favorite group, Country
Unit.
So now they got a 5th member now?
Shit, yeah. Wait, no. It's 5th member because it's Suzuki, Kwon, Kruger, Kai, and now Baba Yaga, whatever his name is.
I don't even know his name. I just called him Baba Yaga because that's the first thing that popped into my head.
It's Baba something.
Yeah. The one that we hated was your guys, Country Unit, losing the tag team titles to the Bread guys, Kasi Max, which to this day, like I keep saying, I don't know what is Kurt Bauer's fascination with over 50-year-old Japanese guys keep winning their own tag titles. I really don't know.
The only thing I could say about Cozy Max before you go into anything else is MLW posted that I didn't know if they defended the belts in some Mexican show over the weekend, but they definitely were there as Cozy Max were holding the titles in Mexico somewhere.
Because I know not Kojima, but the other guy,
the Snitch.
The Snitch. He works also for CMLL, so that's pretty cool that he gets to go back and they defend the titles. So at least the titles from MLW being defended in a different foreign soil.
Yeah.
Nobody else can go to Mexico for some reason in MLW. Don't know why. So yeah. So that was our little thing right there. We also found out that Cruel signed a multi-year contract with MLW. Don't know what that means because we don't know if it's a year, 2 years.
You know what scares me about this? When Impact was going through that bad phase and they were in a rut and they were always being talked about as, are they going to close the doors? They kind of did this. Remember they kept saying Bram is signed to a multi-year deal. This guy signed to a multi-year deal. And it's starting to feel like that bad era of not being sure what's going to happen in Impact Wrestling, and it's starting to feel like what's going on with MLW. It has that same vibe. Yeah,
so that was our Thursday. We know that they are coming back on January 5th. I want to say from Texas for Kings of Coliseum.
Yeah.
That's shaping up to be a good show. So far, they have like a 5-man Walk Up to Heaven stair match
Can't wait for that.
where it's going to be 5 different briefcases, 5 different competitors. They'll have to go up there and try to get the briefcase. And while the briefcase has a title shot at the World Heavyweight title. So that's what's up for grabs. 4 empty ones and 1 has the title shot. Right here, we're hoping is Cruel.
No,
I
want BRG.
Okay. So he wants BRG at 1 Cruel, because that way the second match that they signed is going to be the King of Bros, McGriddle.
Yeah.
It's Kojima for the MLW title, which in this case we hope and pray that someone takes the title of Kojima for once and for all. Unfortunately, it's going to be McGriddle, even though we don't want him to do it, but it is what it is. And hopefully Cruel wins that title shot and gets to go and defeats McGriddle for the title whenever that might happen. If it does happen, we're just saying, whatever. I just don't see BRG winning and then getting a title shot against McGriddle. So
No. I think it's going to be Cruel, but I'd like to see BRG.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool if it is. So then Saturday night, like Chef mentioned, they had the NXT Deadline. Amazing show. The Survivor matches were 5 minutes. Everybody comes out for 25 minutes. Amazing with that penalty box. And like Chef mentioned, the show stealer was the female match, where they had Julia, Stephanie Baker, Delta or Saria now, Kelani Jordan. No, I'm sorry. Sobru got your girl. Sobru got your girl. And Ren Sinclair, Ren Sinclair.
Ren Sinclair. You actually said it right this time.
I said it right. I was calling Maddie Gronkowski. So yeah, Ren Sinclair had a match. They could do my girl dirty, Sinclair, but it was funny ways how it kept happening. And she almost pulled it away, man. I thought she was at the end there, the last 30 seconds. I thought, like, oh my God, they are actually going to give Sinclair this chance. But unfortunately, Julia picked up the win. And now Julia goes to face Roxanne Perez at New Year's something, which is not even on New Year's. It's going to be like a week after New Year. So imagine that. So, yeah, which makes no sense to me. It should have been done. New Year's falls on the Tuesday, so you take the show for that show. But yeah, it will be the following week. But I wanted to say that about that because I wanted to stick to WWE news right now. We had a couple of more WWE ID prospects being mentioned last week. They have 4 more they added. This time they had this kid named Aaron Roberts, who wrestles out of Championship Wrestling in Memphis, which I love that show on Saturdays. He's like 20, 21 years old. Big dude, like 6'7", close to 400 pounds.
Damn.
But the kid can move in the ring, though. That's the thing. When now there's new kids nowadays with this extra weight that can still fly around. A football player, too. Your girl, Kylie Ray.
That's not my girl. My girl, Kylie Ray, is already with WWE.
Well, Kylie Ray, the other Kylie Ray.
Kaylee Ray.
Or it's Kylie.
Well, I like the real Kylie Ray from ICW.
Well, the smiley Kylie Ray and all her issues outside of the ring that she's going to bring the baggage with. So hopefully they looked into all this stuff and they found some good stuff and to give her this type of opportunity. So we'll see what happens. We have this kid named Freedom Ramsey. I have no idea. But
you don't know, I don't know.
But that's the beauty of this. A bunch of guys, the people that we don't know, that may have some talent, and we get to see them shine together, and we go, okay, this guy has something. And the last person was a gentleman named Jordan Oasis. So that was another person that was selected to the WWE ID program. So now we'll sit back and wait and see when they'll be going to the Wrestle Center or Performance Center down in Orlando, and when they'll start, doing the practices, and when they'll show up in WWE programming, because that's the next thing. Is when
that's what I was gonna ask you about that. I think that once this year's Performance Center group finishes, all these ID people, they'll probably be the performance group next year to go in.
The next crop. I mean, not crop. So yeah, so that's interesting there. WWE also mentioned that starting in January, and me and Chef laughed about this one, about this next news. How if you're not into the world outside of wrestling, you are going to miss a lot of things, what they call pop culture. And we see wrestling always stealing stuff from pop culture, and you go like, "Wow, that was a clever name," but we know where it came from. We already know WWE draft, and they draft people from different companies. We know that draft is from sports. Yeah. Players get drafted from high school or college or whatever, and they go to the next, the next routine. Well, WWE now decided to do that. Hey, we like that portal that they have down in college, where guys or females can transfer from one school to the other one if they have eligibility left. Well, I'm not happy here. This guy took my job, so I'm going to go try somewhere else. The coach hates me. You get in the transfer, you get that INL money, and you leave. So WWE decided to do, something? The transfer portal sounds pretty cool. So let's do the same thing, except we're going to call ours the transfer window. So now WWE has a transfer window now, starting this Friday, where wrestlers can go and leave their respective brand, Raw or SmackDown, and go to the other company if they're not happy. So this Friday night, we have Carmelo Hayes wrestling against someone who's never been in Raw. Two things come to mind. It could be a wrestler who's never wrestled from Raw, go to SmackDown, who's never wrestled on SmackDown, or it could be Penta Cero Miedo, who is now a free agent and is already signed with WWE.
Is that official? Because I've seen people talking about that.
That's official, that he is signed.
WWE put it out there?
No, but when do they? I mean, they don't make it stuff official anymore unless the wrestler says so. But usually that doesn't happen. So, so we'll see Friday night to see which is true. But we know that his brother Phoenix is stuck in AEW and Tony Khan. And Tony Khan was not happy when he heard the rumors of both the Lucha Brothers heading to WWE. So he added his injury time to the contract. So now Phoenix is stuck in AEW for the next 6 to something months. But then Phoenix came out a couple of days ago dropping some suspicious tweets about the treatment that he's getting or he's gotten at AEW. So, and he's saying the truth will come out sooner than later. So we'll get to find out what the hell he's talking about. He mentioned something like, I needed a doctor and you never got back to me for months. So
listen, this could blow up really bad for AEW if that's what he's going with.
Yeah, and a lot of folks are not happy as to why he's not, Tony Khan does not just let him loose. But we know the business. We know how the business works. You're gonna what, Chef? You gonna go where? Oh hell no! You're not leaving here well all empty free. No. Mm-hmm. You owe me 6-7 months from your last injury. I'm putting that on top of your contract, and I'm going to keep you here. It's shitty as hell. It's not the best look for AEW and Tony Khan, but hey, you sign a contract, you have to honor the contract and the time that you were supposed to do for. They done it to Jeff Hardy. They done it to everybody else that we know. You're not leaving until you get this done to the last day. Then we'll let you leave. So we'll see what happens there. One more WWE news. They're coming out with a new TV show starting next year, early 2025. I don't know if a lot of people remember what was that show called where they used to have the tryouts.
Tough enough.
Tough enough. So remember they stopped doing it for a while, and then they kind of brought it back for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it stopped again. Well, they're bringing that back, except now it's called WWE LFG.
Okay.
I don't know what the LFG stands for, but it's going to be more in-depth behind the scenes look of the actual prospects like the WWE ID and new people going into the behind the scenes to see your training, to see your first day.
So kind of like UFC.
Yeah, travel with you and stuff like that. The coaches are going to be Mickie James.
Wow.
Your boy Bully Ray.
Wow, my boy. I don't even fucking like that bum.
Or whatever. and one surprise who caught me by surprise because I never saw this guy as being a coach type of guy, but The Undertaker.
He's there for name value.
So, I mean, I thought that Bully Ray and Mickie James name value would have been enough.
Yeah, I mean, but Bully Ray and his brother Devon were still doing the academy, so he could do his thing. Mickie James, we know, was doing her thing with the knockouts for years. Undertaker, he's his body is abused. Like this guy's banged up.
Yeah, which is why he no longer wrestles at WrestleMania, or actually only comes out in WrestleMania, and just did last year when he came out, for the choke slam on The Rock. So that's his thing now. Now he gets carried to the ring now with the lights off, and he gets with a bulldozer. They picked him up and they drop him inside the ring because he can barely walk and get in the ring anymore.
And he's an honorary member of Death Row Records.
Who?
Snoop Dogg.
With Undertaker?
With Undertaker.
How? Why? I mean, how that
Snoop Dogg gave him the chain and everything.
Really?
Him and his what's his wife? She used to be a wrestler too.
Yeah. Oh my God, I forgot. You asked me that too, and I forgot her name right now.
Yeah, he gave both of them Death Row record chains.
Wow. Was this something recently or?
Nah, this is a few years ago.
Oh, never knew that.
When Snoop Dogg bought Death Row, and he changed the guy on remember the guy's getting electrocuted, Lex Kim?
Yeah.
If you look, it's no longer a guy; it's a dog head with the body. And he came to WrestleMania. It's when the one remember the one that Shane McMahon hurt his legs in?
Yes.
It was in that one.
That was way back. Okay, that was way back.
And he walked in. There's video of it. He walked into their trailer and he gave them Death Row record chains. Made them honorary members of Death Row.
Whatever. What are they gonna do? They're gonna rap?
No, I mean it's a good look. And I mean, think about it. When he's rebranding Death Row, he's got the Undertaker and his lady taking pictures with the chains. That's a good look for rebranding.
Yeah, how many wrestling fans, like real wrestling fans, know about rap music? They might know Snoop Dogg and Tupac.
Yeah.
And I know about the Dog Pound, Michelet and stuff like from back in the days. So yeah. So I mean that's kind of cool to know. You should put your little dome hat there and bring some knowledge there, Chef.
Michelle McCool, there you go.
Yes, Michelle McCool. Well, finally, Chef, put something to this show. He finally got some knowledge about something. So keeping it in the same idea of IDs and stuff like that, we moved down south this time and some N.W.A. news. We know everybody, the universe is WWE, and they're getting the IDs. And WWE saying, something, we want to stay with those small companies that people are ignoring, and we're going to start doing our territories. So now, this past weekend, they got another company, part of the N.W.A., which now they're calling N.W.A. Texas now.
Okay.
Yeah, so now this is going to be, it's called SW Style Wrestling. It's called Texas Style Wrestling, so TSW. And this one is located in Dallas. So now they have the Dog Pound or the Dojo. I'm sorry, what is it called? Is it actually called the Dog Pound or the Dojo Pound?
Wow.
For Mac and Jazz.
I would not know, to be honest.
I think it's called the something Mac Dojo or something, which that's located in San Antonio. But then this one here would be located in Dallas. So now you have that, that nice drive, or if you want to take a flight, an hour and a half from San Antonio to Dallas or whatever, or a nice scenic route, 4 hours. Now you go here, and they have their own little nice thing set up already in Dallas, which is going to be the new in January new N.W.A pay per view, which unfortunately still not in pay per view. It's still going to be done and then taped and then sliced into 4 hours, and then every hour will be shown on X, old Twitter, because that's where they are now since they have no TV now.
Wait, so they're gonna do a whole pay-per-view but not show it on YouTube?
Exactly, because they no longer have YouTube anymore. They left YouTube.
How don't they have YouTube?
They left YouTube. Though that part I really don't know what happened. But
bro, how hard is it to just make the account and fucking?
I guess YouTube.
We got fucking YouTube.
I know, but maybe because it's before, maybe because they were there before and then left, and then went to Trailer TV, then left there, and then went to CW, and then CW they messed up when they had that pay-per-view last year with the
cocaine thing.
Yeah, and then the WWE took over. So now I don't know how the YouTube thing works, monetizing money and stuff like that. And they decided, something, we are working with somebody that's close to giving us a TV, something. I have no idea.
Yeah, but that's such a bad look, though. Like,
well, that's how they did the Stargate or NWA 77, 76 or whatever. They did it, they taped it, and for 4 weeks in a row, it was an hour per episode, just the matches with commentary.
So wait, we have to watch this on Twitter?
Twitter, yes. So every week, every Tuesdays at 6:05, it'll be a 45 to an hour show. So they just break the shows and they just show the matches with commentary.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's how they be doing it. That's what they did the NW 76. That's how they did the last show that they had tapings on in Alabama coming up now. And that's how it's going to be the show in January. It's going to be also like that until something, really quickly can find someone or do something somewhere to put the show back on some kind of app or TV. So that's how the NWA is doing. But I just wanted to bring that up about the new in Texas territory that they're doing now. Because right now they have 2 in Texas, Dallas and San Antonio. They have Chicago. They have Cleveland, Tennessee, Missouri. So, that's a nice little drive down, start from the top, keep going down. Cleveland, Chicago, Tennessee, Missouri. Which the one, I want to say the one in Tennessee, I think the one in Tennessee is owned by the sisters, the Page sisters. Kylie Page and her other sister.
Okay.
Which one of them just turned 21 yesterday. So, yeah. So that's crazy that, finding out that one of those girls just turned 21 and they've been wrestling for, I want to say 3 to 4 years already. So, that. Oh, and also one more news from my old friend. What's the guy's name that has that United Wrestling Network?
Dave Marquez.
Dave Marquez. So he's working on the show again that he used to have before to bring it back in early or mid 25, and it's going to be called Saturday Night Slam because now it's going to be on Saturdays. So same idea, tapings. 4 weeks tapings, and then show them whenever, either on X or YouTube, how they used to be before. I know before it was monthly shows where they had an actual pay-per-view and then COVID hit. So they tried to bring it back again, and then it wasn't working anymore on the Triller. So they were doing the weekly shows on YouTube. So we might have to see. He said he's at 50% done with it. I don't know what the other 50% is. If he finding a venue.
Yeah, I was about to say it's probably the venue and talent, and
Well, the talent's still on, still there because I know Danny Limelight was the champion there. So he's still the champion unless something else happens, like you mentioned, getting some new talent. But I'm pretty sure we'll get to see Slice Boogie again. Papo Esco, Danny Limelight, and a bunch of other stuff coming back to the show. So that'll be interesting when that happens. But I'll tell you right now, bro, 2025 is going to be a huge year for wrestling, especially now with Netflix having WWE and both shows going 3 hours and both shows now being TV 14 actually both shows now back to the old days. So it's not rated anymore. So whatever they want to say, if they want to drop some bombs, now they could drop some bombs now. And if the crowd goes only shit, they will not be caught out anymore. We'll get to hear that because it's always weird. Only, boop, only, and then you hear the audio just go down, and the audio just go down, and the audio just go down. But there was one more thing I want to bring up from last night's NXT. There's this kid named Eddie Thorpe, who's wrestler there NXT, and he was supposed to be part of that Iron match, Survivor match.
Okay.
Mostly he got jumped, and Obi Fama picked up his spot. So he came out last night complaining, I got jumped, blah 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 blah. I should be able to get a title match. If you're your champion, trick, you give me this. Boom, right? Show ends, and this is what I love about NXT. The show ends, and they go on the back, and you see him signing the contract with Ava. He gives him the contract to Ava, and then Ava goes to him. Oh, Eddie, don't stress. We're still looking for the people that jumped you or the person that jumped you. And he goes, oh, I know who did it. And she goes, excuse me? Oh, it was me. He jumped himself. So he acted like he got jumped, and he goes, because I didn't want to go through the whole 25-minute match. Hey, I didn't want to go through that. So I just decided to just do this, come out today and bitch about it, and now I got my contract signed for a title match.
Wow.
Dude, first time.
Wow.
I'm old. I'm 52. And I've been watching wrestling since I was a kid in Puerto Rico with my grandfather. When Abdullah the Butcher used to carve the Invader or Carlos Colon, and I'd be crying, he's killing him. And I remember in 89, when Jim Cornette got killed by Paul Lee and all the blood on his jacket. And I'm like, oh my God, he's killing him. But in all that time, I've never seen a storyline where the person actually faked that he was injured or jumped by people just because he didn't want to be in a match and get a title match. So I thought that shit was clever.
That's awesome.
I thought that was clever as hell for him to do something like that and say, yeah, I didn't want to be in that match for 25 minutes and take my chances. At least this way, I got a title shot for real. Ava looked at him, and I'm thinking to myself, Ava's going to get this guy in a couple of weeks. Oh, you want to?
Yeah, he's going to feel it.
I'm going to get you, man. So, Chev, that's it for me with the news. I don't know if you want to bring something up, say something coming up. Oh, one more thing. I just remember now. TNA news. Our homie, and we both love this guy, Alexander. He's already looks like he's saying his goodbyes in TNA, and it looks like he's definitely out of TNA in January. Now, Ethan Page lost his title match last pay-per-view.
Yep.
Had a North American title shot last night, and before he left, the stadium or the venue, he says, "Don't ask me any questions. I know what you're gonna ask me. Blah 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 blah. I don't know what's going on. I lost my ego. I lost everything. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm supposed to do to get me back." And he would look all depressed and somber. Who else can come in and pick this guy up and tell him, "Bro, I know you. What's going on here?"
Yeah.
So you get a phone call next week or in 2 weeks, and just kind of start putting the sugar there or whatever, the seeds. So when his thing is actually done, he might jump right over to WWE NXT, show up there with Ethan, and we get the North back.
I mean, I'm all for it. We've kind of talked about this briefly. And we also said that now the transition from TNA to NXT or WWE isn't a crazy one no more because of the working partnership, right? Yes. So it doesn't feel like, oh, here we go, they're shafting them, right? Like
a real partnership at this time.
Yeah. Oh no, listen, anyone that's watched us for ever since it's happened, we keep saying the word real, a legit partnership, because if you look at how the AEW thing came about, Jericho made the cruise. LAX was instantly gone from Impact into AEW. Brian Cage came over. There was a bunch of guys. And I'm not even going to talk about look, he didn't promote them or they shitted on Impact. No, I'm not saying that. There was no one that really ever, I think you had Private Party came over one time real quick with.
Yeah, for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks, yeah. It was one set with Matt Hardy. Yep. And then that was that. But then you've seen nobody from Impact, and I mean TNA, Impact, whatever you want to call it, not one person. Now, Deonna Purrazzo wasn't good enough to go when she was part of that roster, but she was good enough to sign, right? So all these guys that wind up going over there, you never allow them to go.
And what was that girl's name? Kiera Hogan? I know
Kiera Hogan. Never seen her. She was killing it at Impact, TNA, whatever. I always call it Impact because it's been Impact for so long. Yeah. Kiara Hogan was fucking smoking it, right? Doing her thing in the knockouts, killing it. Wasn't good enough to even be a squash match in AEW. She hits free agency, she's instantly signed, right? Like, so it was such a fucking slap in the face and how they did things, where now you have all these people going back and forth between NXT and Impact Wrestling. It's been nothing short but fucking entertaining as shit. Yeah. Especially on where you see the Impact people going over to NXT, like Joe Hendry, which we haven't seen for a little while. I don't know what's going on with that, but Joe Hendry was fucking killing it. Yep. Every time his music played, that place went nuts. So now you don't sit back and go, all right, it feels like, WWE is just taking advantage of Impact. That's not the case here. It's a great partnership. Impact numbers have went up. They're selling out bigger venues now. Yes. So everything is on the up the way you want to with a real working partnership. So salute to Impact, salute to NXT and WWE. The only thing I was going to say, with MLW, when is the next show that they have?
January 5th, I want to say.
Dang, they don't even have another show before the year ends?
Well, no, they do. Christmas Eve.
Oh, we were talking about that, where it's the second half of the live.
The second half of the tapings on the main show. That one, and then January 5th will be the live.
Do you know the card yet, or we don't know nothing about it?
The card?
There was
a card, yes. They released the card, but I just briefly saw it, and then that was it. I really didn't see the rest.
Because I just threw on my Instagram, so just give me 1 second, because DMX new album coming out.
Yeah, I know Cruel is wrestling Akira.
What?
Yeah, Cruel is wrestling Akira.
Why?
I have no idea. Oh, just in case, sports news, because I just saw it right now. Bill Belichick is returning back to football.
Yeah, he's going to be with UNC.
The North Carolina Tar Heels football.
Yeah, I got to talk about that bullshit tomorrow.
That's going to be crazy, because that's going to be like a NFL in college. I mean, because Bill Belichick, bro, is the NFL mastermind.
Hold on. See, this is why I would love for you to join my show when I do these things. Bill Belichick has 6 Super Bowls, right? Now he has 6 Super Bowls. Tom Brady won 6. Tom Brady won 1 without him. Belichick has not won since. Belichick doesn't know how to draft. And this is the scariest part about him going into college. You got to recruit. Now, I know that part of the stipulation is he gets $12 million a year. His son has to be on the coaching staff.
Really?
Yeah, his son has to be on the coaching staff. And I can't remember the other thing off the top of my head. But now, he couldn't recruit. Well, he couldn't draft well. And he had full control over everything with the Patriots. That's one thing that a lot of these other coaches did not have. Yeah, they had a GM, but they did what he wanted. So if they didn't draft well, that's on Bill Belichick. Now, the thing is, defensively, North Carolina, I don't care what kids you put out there, they're going to be fucking on some next level shit because there's not a person in my head that I've ever watched in my 45 years of life that dominated defensively like that. Rex Ryan was good. I'm not from the Buddy Ryan era, but, we've seen the Ravens, there's been a bunch of greats, but consecutively, a Bill Belichick defense is always a great defense.
Yes. Yeah, Buddy Ryan, holy shit. Woo.
You know what I'm saying? But
that 46 defense, Jesus.
Oh, but he's got to recruit. And that's the part that I don't trust him in. I don't see it. And he's like 70 years old. Now, granted, salute. His best draft pick is his 24-year-old girlfriend, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, God bless. People hate.
Yeah, we're not hating.
No. I mean, fuck, if I'm 70 years old and I got a 24-year-old girl, I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? Like, so my thing is in college, you got to put mad hours in weekly with all these students and everything. It's not the NFL.
Well, let's not forget now you have the INL stuff now.
NIL, yeah.
And now these guys are getting paid.
I'm sure that
guys, if you want to come here, we got this much. I'm not going to go there. I want to go somewhere I'm going to get paid. So, but he is a huge name, like you mentioned. Yeah. So he might get some players just on name alone.
I think he has the ability depending on how we see this first year. Because this first year, I think a lot of kids are going to be like, he fucking coached Tom Brady. Right? Like, I want to play for him. He's going to have the Dion effect that first year. But if North Carolina don't shine.
Right now, I think recruiting already started. So he might get a dud team this year for 2025. I think 2026 is when he's actually going to get the whole year of recruiting, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
But I think this year he might get.
Well, I know he's getting rid of the whole staff.
Well, yeah, and then a lot of players might leave, the transfer portal too, because I ain't gonna play for this guy. Well, dude, let's get back to wrestling because you're gonna get me started on some shit.
Well, no, I'm curious on what you were about to say, though. Give me what you're about to say.
I was gonna say, a lot of guys might say, I'm leaving, enter the transfer portal. So he's gonna get, a lot of players might leave because of that, and he might get some players because of him. So, but this
you don't think that people want to feel him out?
But that's what I'm saying. This year, he might get a dud of a team because it's his first year and recruiting is already almost done. People are already signing and stuff like that. So he might get some guys just jumping out and some guys jumping in. So he might not get a full team like his own vision till next year, where he's able to start the recruiting process through the whole thing.
Yeah, no, and I agree. It's the last thing I'll say about that because right now, Colorado has the top 2 quarterback. He got 2 of the best defensive ends, this massive offensive lineman. He's got a middle linebacker coming in. So Colorado has 5 4-stars, 2 5-stars, and it's just we're in the middle right now, right? So yeah, he is behind Belichick.
Yeah.
But anybody that's going to hit that portal, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like, listen, I don't want to sit behind guys in Colorado or Miami or Alabama or Georgia, Oregon. North Carolina, they're not that good. I could start there. And I got Bill Belichick. You know what I'm saying? I think that could be the play. But like you said, and you know what? I'm glad we talked about this because I'm not even going to do my podcast. I'm going to edit this little part and throw it out for my podcast.
All right. So basically, right now, the December 24th show is called MLW Holiday Rush. It's going to be Ariel Dominguez against D'Angelo. I have no idea who they are. Hopefully, some new blood.
Wait, who was it? Who?
Ariel Dominguez versus D'Angelo.
Why does that sound familiar?
I have no idea. Janae Kai versus Tiffany Avatar. So at least they're going to get a girl from the Indies to wrestle Janae Kai.
Okay.
Suzuki against Akira. That's what I meant to say, not crew.
Okay.
So Suzuki against Akira. Your boy, actually, both of your boys, McGriddle against BRG.
Wow, how fucking random is that?
Titan against Magnus. So that's the MML guys.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know.
Tom Lawler against Timothy Thatcher. That's going to be match of the night right there because you know Thatcher always gives us something good.
Yeah.
Why he still hasn't been signed to here, I don't know, but yeah. And then the main event is Kojima against Ultimo Guerrero. So
the 60-something-year-old guy?
Yeah, Well, 50s, right. But this guy's in the 50s. So yeah, so they have 7 matches for the show, which is going to be Christmas Eve. I don't know why on Christmas Eve, but I guess
what time does that start?
Huh?
What time that starts?
That part didn't say that. They don't show the time. I hope it's not late.
But I mean, if it's not late, we could definitely go live. Like I really don't.
It's Tuesday the 24th. It's New Year's Eve. So yeah. So I know Christmas Eve with the kids and shit like that is different. So we play by ear.
Yeah, we'll definitely play that by ear.
If the girls come over, that's a wrap for me.
They were wailing the other day.
Theo. I'm like, oh Lord, leave me alone. Just do what you want to do. And when you and I were doing the show, they were there running back and forth. I don't know what they were doing. They're playing hockey or something, but they were just smashing into each other like they were 2 cars. I'm like, dude, they went down to the basement. Yeah, we're done. Oh yeah, you're done. I'm gonna done. If I wish I could get out, I would smack both of y'all.
No, listen, I think
those are my girls, bro. So they just take advantage of me.
It's what they do, but they're supposed to.
Yeah,
but
especially the 11-year-old.
Oh, they're young.
Yeah, 13, 11.
Yeah, they're still on there. Super
they
wild.
They lay in the beds and be bothering me. I said, dude, just go. I'm like, oh, I can't say nothing. Take over the TV. I'm like, dude, I'm watching something. Can't say nothing. Yeah, whatever, man. Well, yeah.
So all right. Besides Stature and we'll leave it on that. Besides Stature and
Lawler match.
And Lawler, we know that's going to be match of the night, right? Like unless somebody does something crazy, those two are going to steal the show.
Thatcher for sure, bro. Thatcher.
Ariel Dominguez, I remember him. He used to be an MLW. He was he's a really small Hispanic dude. He was an MLW a few years ago.
Who's that?
Ariel Dominguez.
Okay. So maybe he's coming back.
I remember when you said it, I was like, who? But then I remember. All right. Besides the Thatcher and Lawler, what match are you looking forward to?
Suzuki and Akira.
Yeah, that's got. Listen.
Yeah. That has smacking around like hard match of the night right there. And of course, Akira's going to bleed most likely. So,
I mean, he always bleeds. It's his thing. You know what I mean? Like, but Akira has looked good the last few sets, right? Like, we've got some good Akira matches.
Yes.
I'm excited. Like, I want to see more from Akira in 2025. Like, don't just give me the hardcore shit where he don't put a mic on him. Let's see what the fuck he has to say. If you're gonna promote this guy the way you keep throwing it out there, put a mic on him.
Yeah. Oh, and then one more match for the one show Kill Coliseums is the female match, Janai Kai versus Delmi Exo.
Oh, hair versus title.
Hair versus title.
So if she loses,
Delmi Exo wears a lot of extensions. If she loses, she's gonna win this match. And for God's sakes, we need her to win. Because we love Janai Kai.
Love Janai Kai.
It's been 12, it's been 14, 15
14 months, bro.
As a champion. Yeah. It's time to lose the title, man. In 2025, lose the title. They, like you said, contract unit does not need titles.
No.
They need to beat people up. That's their job. If you guys losing, you come in as a group and you destroy everybody.
Yep.
Before you guys loses, you come and destroy everybody. Crew should be the champion and let everybody else run rampant to the whole company.
Just like they did with Fatu, right? Like,
yes.
let them be what they're going to be. But at this point, as much as we love Janai Kai, as much as we enjoyed her reign, she's been kicking dudes remember when she first came in, we didn't know that she was part of the thing. And you see her kick Matthew Justice's head off in the backstage. And all of a sudden, she pulls the flag over. We're like, holy shit! Janai Kai.
Hold up, she was part of Promociones Dorado. What happened?
Yeah. So
the coup on us.
So Jeff,
I don't know if you got anything else you want to throw out to the fans here who are listeners. If you have any other news that you want to share with us.
No, like, subscribe, share, all that good shit, man. Like I said, we're at 753. We're trying to hit that 1,000 mark. It would help us out. Obviously, we've been doing this long enough, and we keep it 1,000 with the people.
We also are streaming, and iHeartRadio is there now.
Oh yeah, listen. If you're listening to us on those platforms, I gotta remember that because I keep forgetting that shit. If you're listening to us and you want to see our super handsome faces, jump on YouTube.
Audio. So
that's why I said if you're listening to us and you want to see our handsome faces, jump on YouTube. You know, from now on, I'll talk about this. Jump on YouTube, Urban Wrestling Network, same as the audio platforms, man. This is what we do out here, man. Like, subscribe, share, all that good shit. We out of here. Deuces.
Deuces.